Except one isn't a radical regime that continuously says they want to kill the West and continuously attacks Israel with proxies and bombs. Also, one doesn't have nukes yet, and it's great that they don't, unlike the Soviet Union, which had nukes.
Israel launches preemptive strike against Iran, declares state of emergency.
This is why they diverted 20K air defense missiles from Ukraine.
And emptied the Iraq diplomats.
And bought calls and oil futures.
Oil futures up 8% as of this comment.
12% now.
So he is trying to help Russia by increasing oil demand? Trump always has a backup plan, I guess.
Already pricing, boys.
Yep. Well, the tinderbox is set.
Yes, Israel attacking a key Russian ally and supplier of drones used in Ukraine is definitely a plot by Trump to help Russia. I hate the orange bastard too, but not everything is orchestrated by him. Other countries have agency too.
Hadn't thought of that until now. It's always for Russia. Man, they must have something good on him.
Can we all just agree that preemptive strikes, especially against college instructors, are complete bullshit? I could preemptively strike someone I thought might attack my kid. And you know what that makes me? A murderer.
Welcome to geopolitics, where human lives are just numbers in a spreadsheet.
Also, he isn't that smart, nor the people under his employ, and definitely not when the situation at home is quite dire.
New beacon, who dis?
The orange one decided to raise the price of oil and help Russia. Yes, the raising of oil prices helps any oil-producing nation. But the idea that this only or mainly happened to help out Russia is not credible. Israel isn't attacking Iran because Trump wants to do Putin a convoluted favor. They are attacking Iran because they fucking hate them and saw an opportunity to do so since their reputation is already about as low as it can get, and they have the full support of an increasingly idiotic and brash American administration that has abandoned any pretense of civility when it comes to maintaining international relations.
College instructors, where are you seeing that?
They do targeted assassinations of nuclear scientists. I presume that's what he's referring to. These are civilian academics working for universities, but their knowledge could contribute to a military purpose for Iran. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that Israel targeted Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz and the country's ballistic missile program, as well as top nuclear scientists and officials. Linked picture of in strike apparently on a specific apartment in a building. Iran state media report two prominent nuclear scientists, Mohammad Mehdi Tehranchi and Fareedun Abbasi, were killed when Israel attacked their homes in targeted assassinations. Israel has assassinated several Iranian nuclear scientists in covert operations. Link silver, link.
Trump and Hexeth don't need to be smart. They just need to listen to their KGB handlers. If the college instructor previously tried to shoot your kid, and the college instructor also publicly state that he is going to shoot your kid, that this would be self-defense.
Who is going to jump in to help Iran?
The price of Russian oil has a price cap. Israel did this, not Trump. It seems that Trump tried to get them to stop, not because he's a saint, but because it didn't fit his immediate agenda. And with his ego, he wanted to tell them when it was time to strike.
I thought other countries listen and respect the taco child.
And give up Ukraine? I don't think Russia is willing to do that. It's taking all of their current power just to hold on to the small territory grabs they have.
The beacons are lit. War sucks. Get mad at the fact that Iran's stated purpose of existence is the destruction of the Western world and Israel. They could state to exist for other things, but that's what they chose. Well, that and killing women who show their hair.
I doubt this will turn out to be bigger than a few exchanges in missiles. And drones, to be honest. I'll put $5 on a news article soon about some sort of ceasefire or truce or something. Iran has zero chance of surviving a US-backed Israel and or Western allies.
Gotta have another forever war in the Middle East before defending Ukraine.
Iran is his ally and supplier of many, many weapons.
Great distraction for Putin.
Russia can't afford another conflict right now, though. Iran might be all alone in this, unless they convince North Korea, another one of their allies. Maybe Trump shouldn't have pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal during his first term.
Yes, if Iran is at war, they can't sell Russia weapons.
I think they care about their arms dealer, yes. If Iran needs the weapons for themselves, then Russia won't be able to buy as many any.
I understand why people have this attitude, but the world would arguably be a better place if something like this had been done to stop North Korea before they got the bomb. A nuclear-armed Iran will probably result in even more instability in the long run.
Who believes Israel anymore when they constantly lie? Netanyahu has been talking about Iran's nukes since the 90s. He's a massive liar.
China could supply Iran through North Korea as they do with Russia.
Why you'd rather Iran gets nukes?
Not so much anymore. Russia has received the tech from Iran and now makes its own version of the Shahed drones in Russia and soon in North Korea. This hurts Ukraine, unfortunately, by jacking oil prices, funding Russians, and prolonging the misery.
Except one isn't a radical regime that continuously says they want to kill the West and continuously attacks Israel with proxies and bombs. Also, one doesn't have nukes yet, and it's great that they don't, unlike the Soviet Union, which had nukes.
As opposed to letting Iran get nukes. Good on Israel stopping Iran's nuclear programs. But it is surprising that Israel attacked right before a meeting between Trump and Iranian foreign minister for the supposed deal. Clearly Trump couldn't stop Israel this time.
Yeah, this is what has me confused. You can't both knob-gobble Putin, Iran ally, while also deep-throating Israel, fucking hates Iran. But I guess we get to watch and see how this administration attempts that feat.
Well, they're using their fucking drones, so yeah.
Damn, if only someone had negotiated a deal to prevent that, which Iran was largely abiding by about a decade ago. That would have been so cool, and I'm sure no petulant egomaniac would have torn it up for no reason.
Because they have said it numerous times.
Humans learns from mistakes, or so I've heard.
I'm sure the Palestinians are thankful that Israel is able to take the time to celebrate diversity. So proud, so sane.
They've been telling us for years that any day now, Russia is going to run out of supplies, manpower, funds, etc. for its war. That day never seems to come. I have no idea what can or can't do right now.
Okay, that doesn't mean they get to have one. Regardless of whether Iran has rational reasons for pursuing it, Iran is still a lunatic theocracy. There were a lot more people overthrowing Gaddafi than just the West, like half of Libya in open revolt that the West had nothing to do with before giving them air cover.
To hell with Putin. He's setting the Russian people back 30 years.
The military leaders responsible for the Iranian drones and supplies going to Russia to be used against Ukraine. The same guys who decided to shoot down the Ukrainian passenger jet over Iran in 2020 were the ones Israel just took out. Link.
This is definitely a reason.
You know, if America never interfered in other countries, maybe they wouldn't have to be afraid.
Well, sort of, but not exactly. Here's the full text of the official statement. On behalf of the American people, I want to congratulate the Russian people on Russia Day. The United States remains committed to supporting the Russian people as they continue to build on their aspirations for a brighter future. We also take this opportunity to reaffirm the United States' desire for constructive engagement with the Russian Federation to bring about a durable peace between Russia and Ukraine. It is our hope that peace will foster more mutually beneficial relations between our countries. Link.
Rubio did just say that America stands with the Russian people.
Gross. The fuck? Seriously?
I think the comment is in line with saying our problem is with Putin, not the Russian people. The U.S. has taken the same tone with Iran for 50 years. The problem is the leadership, not the people in the street.
The Russian Federation is the leadership, not the people. The subject switches halfway through. He also talks about engagement with Russia, but not with Ukraine. This is the typical politician speak that means the opposite of what it sounds like. That reads more of "we stand with the Russian people," not the Russian government like most people want to make it seem. My problem is I don't think anything is said in good faith by this administration.
Trump consistently says he doesn't have problems with Putin either. He has problems with Zelensky and stubborn Ukrainians.
Yes, the US has taken a similar tone with Iran's statements on their people, but what's missing OFC is the typical criticism of their gov and its brutal war. They'd never omit that on Iran. The Russian autocracy gets a pass, which is telling
the Russian people believe in Putin like people believe in Trump. Both are ignorant, but it's what they believe. Neither peoples are blameless for their ignorance.
Dude, have you not heard his boss, POTUS, fawn over Putin anytime the chance arises?
Except that little weasel has been to the Kremlin like a lapdog and been given his talking points. He's in over his head.
But that's the problem. They had a ceasefire deal to talk, and then Russia blew that up. They don't want to talk. I think it's reasonable. Same thing as Cuba and Castro. You can call it simplistic, but vilifying the people of a country for their leaders' action, especially when they have no say in it, is pretty shitty. I will have to agree to disagree. The only way to make peace is to have conversations, no matter how much of an asshole the other guy is. Putin is an ex-KGB POS, always has been, always will be. But since the guy has nukes, we have to try to find a way to deal with him. Whether it's supporting Ukraine, sanctions, whatever, we still should be willing to attempt to end this crap. Personally, I don't believe shit that Putin says, but the conversation has to be had. 100% agree. Look, Iraq, Libya, Afghanistan, none of those ended better than they started. It's always the unintended consequences.
Well, buddy, is that nuance in your comment?
maybe, but people who are invading Ukraine have Russian passports, they have a choice, they have a chance to vote for another leader, but they didn't. Actually, Russians are supporting war in Ukraine and donating to destroy Ukraine faster. Putin have no blood on his hands, but people who are launching rockets and shooting, and not Putin raping kids. So no, do not try to make Russians like a good guys. I lived in Russia, and they literally don't care about politics. Living in shit is a national feature. They don't know how to live without Tsar. I know many Russians who left the country when war began. So those who left want to kill to survive or for money? Actually, I don't care until they have guns in their hands and are killing civilians. And philosophy about they are good or evil isn't important now. Like they don't care what they are doing.
There is no hoop you people won't jump through to sanewash this treason.
It's a generous interpretation, but I'll allow it.
And we have to deal with whoever comes after Putin. Those who want to see a complete vanquish of Putin need to understand when he falls, the next guy could be better or just as likely worse. Yes, Jews and Palestinians are both native to the Levant and are not too distant cousins biologically, but their cultural and moral ideologies have diverged so far that many on both sides want to wipe out the other. It's so messed up.
Yes, OFC, this is all true if U.S. policy is appeasement of an autocrat who has rejected all Trump admin overtures while maintaining his maximalist war aims. Also, if Ukraine would surrender instead of defending themselves, there might be peace.
The original title was, Israel launches preemptive strike against Iran, declares state of emergency. The current title is, Israel strikes dozens of targets in Iran, including nuclear program, IDF. The title on the site is subject to change as new information develops. Last updated, R0131 UTC.